No.
More good jobs leave America, there won't be enough good jobs in America to succeed in this great country. This we know in our hearts. The lessons of the last 4 years teach us a great deal about the next 4 years. If we continue in the same direction with the same president, we must not. It's time to bring America back. Now, the president's plea that we simply ignore the last 4 years is actually his latest effort to escape responsibility for the failures of the last 4 years. His earlier attempt, as you recall, was to try and blame others. His predecessor, Congress, the 1%, oil companies, ATMs, the tsunami. But the failures were not caused by others. They were caused by wrong choices, the president's wrong choices. President Obama chose to apply liberal ideas of the past to a 21st century America. Liberal policies didn't work back then. They haven't worked during these last 4 years, and they will not work in the future. New Democrats had abandoned those policies, but President Obama resurrected them with the predictable results. President Clinton, remember, he said the era of big government was over. President Obama brought it back with a vengeance. Government at all levels now consumes about 38% of the economy. And if Obamacare is installed, that'll rise to about half of the economy. President Clinton made efforts to reform welfare as we know it. But President Obama is trying to tirelessly expand the welfare state with more promises and more programs, more benefits, more spending. Old school liberals saw a problem and thought a government-run program was the answer. Obamacare is the fulfillment of their dreams. Federal bureaucrats will tell all Americans what they have to have in their health insurance policies, and an unelected board will tell seniors what treatments Medicare is going to cover. Liberalism once taught that unions would ensure lasting prosperity for workers. Instead, they too often contributed to disappearing companies and disappearing industries and disappearing jobs. But like many politicians of the past, the president takes his marching orders from union bosses and rails against the right to work states and fights to win union elections by eliminating the right to vote by secret ballot, and even denies an American company the right to build a factory in the American state of its choice. The liberals of the past raised taxes, often with very little thought to how they'd hurt small business and the economy. Just like them, President Obama proposes to raise the tax on small business. He wants to increase the marginal tax rate that the most successful small businesses pay from 35% to 40%. It's a throwback to the discredited policies of the past, and it'll kill jobs. Old school liberals envision government guiding and providing every need of every citizen. Government would be at the center, the most important player in our lives. Have you seen, by the way, the president's vision of the future? To help us see it, his campaign has even created a little fictional character. It's on the website, living an imaginary life filled with happy milestones for which she will spend the rest of her days thanking President Obama. It's called The Life of Julia, and it's a cartoon. Julia progresses from cradle to grave, showing how government makes every good thing in her life possible. The weak economy, high unemployment, falling wages, rising gas prices, the national debt, the insolvency of entitlements, all these are fictionally assumed away in a cartoon produced by a president who wants us to forget about them. By the way, what does it say about a president's policies when he has to use a cartoon character rather than real people to justify his record? And what does it say about the fiction of old liberalism to insist that good jobs and good schools and good wages will result from policies that have failed us time and again? It's often asked why this recovery has been so slow, the slowest on record. Why are American families having to suffer so much for so long? It's because the solutions that have been applied to the problem have been the wrong solutions. President Obama is looking in the wrong direction. Looking backward won't solve the problems of today, nor will it take advantage of the opportunities of tomorrow. His are the policies of the past. The challenges of the present and the promise of tomorrow must be met by a new and bold vision for the future, and I will bring it.
Mitt Romney in Lansing, Michigan.